now let us begin. So we are now looking at the EOT, which is the end of term exam coverage. So we're going to try to do the revision before you guys start your exams. Okay, you can look at this grid later on just to see where you want to be, what marks you need to get in order for you to get A+ and A's and so on. And these are the topics that we are going to cover from module 1 up to module 4. So we're going to start with part 1 of this. And yeah, let's begin. So the first question talks about determining if the relationship is proportional by analyzing its graph. So here we are given the ordered pairs, which is the number of pumpkins, So let me just try to highlight some of the few things here as we move along. So here we have the number of pumpkins and the cost. So the first thing you do, you go straight to your number, to your graph here, or rather to your Cartesian plane. Here, we're going to start the first one, which is 0:0. So I'm making a point here. And this is 1:4, this is 1, and I'm plotting another one here. And I've got 2:8, which is here. And I've got this one here. Now I'm here. 3:12. So this is my 3, by the way. So make sure that you remain in between, you write those ones that are not there for you. And we've got 4:16. This is 4:16. So I will have it here. So you can see now I've plotted all these ordered pairs from 0:1, 1:4, and so on. So now I'm going to graph. So I'm going to use this color just to show you. And I will try my best to draw a straight line here. And then once you have done that, you can just join these points like this. Okay. So this is supposed to be my straight line. I'm not using a ruler. I was just using freehand, but this is what we are talking about. So because it starts from 0, so because the graph starts from 0, we can now say that here, so we can now say that the cost is proportional. Or rather, we can say now the cost is proportional to the number of pumpkins. So we can say that the cost is proportional. You know, to the number of pumpkins. Okay, because that's what they're talking about here. And why is that? It's sometimes we need to remember, we just should remind you that the reason this is proportional because it starts from starts from 0 or from the origin, which is this part here where 0 is, and it is a straight line. So this is very important, guys. Right? So the cost is proportional, right? It's proportional. These are key words here. It's proportional. And again, something which is very important in this question is that it's, okay, I'm trying to get my pen here. Okay. And it starts from the origin and it is a straight line. So those three things, so if you can say, even if you just say to them it's proportional, the reason it starts from the origin and it's a straight line, and then you're done. Okay. So let's look at the next question. As I've said, I'm not going to do all the questions, but some of the questions, because it's the same thing, I will just try to do different questions as far as I can. Okay, now if we look at this one here, let's see. The table shows that the degrees in Celsius and their equivalent temperature in degrees. Again, it says determine whether the temperature in degrees is proportional. This is what they're talking about. This is what they're looking for. By what? By graphing. So we're going to graph. So you can see here when it's 0, let's start with the first point. When it is 0, it is somewhere here 32. So my 32 is going to be here. When it is 5, my 5 is just somewhere here, right? It will be somewhere around here, just above 41. When it is 10, 10 is here, somewhere here in front of 8. So just gonna move up. It's gonna be 50. My 50 will be somewhere here. And when it's 15, 15 is will be somewhere here. It is 59, so just below 60 again, just below 60. When it is 20, the last one, it is 68. Okay, just somewhere around there. Then the next thing you do, you're going to join these. Let's use a different color. So you're going to join this. I'm trying to draw a straight line, guys. Please bear with me. Sometimes it's not. I don't know why it's not working, this one. Okay, it worked. Okay. All right. So let's try to join these points and then you join them together. Then you'll have something like this. So with this, here, the degrees Fahrenheit are not proportional. So you can say here, this one here is not proportional. I'll tell you why. Some of you maybe you do remember. So you can say here, this is not proportional. Remember, I'm talking about I'm just going to write df, degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, it's not proportional. And why? So we can say that it's not proportional because you need to remember why. So we can say because the graph does not does not pass through zero or through the origin. Okay, and also you can just say that yeah, I think that should do. Just say that it does not pass through the origin. That would be perfect. Okay, and we have another question here, which is different from what we've just did. So we have to do this as well. The total cost of the online streaming is proportional to the number of lines. Here they are telling us that this is proportional. So now they are looking for, you don't need to tell them, you don't need, they're not asking us if it's proportional or not. They are telling us that it is proportional, but they want to know what is the constant of proportionality. In other words, what is the unit rate? What is the constant of proportionality, which is K, of course. So we can use the formula here to find K. You remember this formula, K equal to Y over X. Okay. And just so you remember here, the cost, because here we are comparing the cost and months. So the cost is your Y. So it's going to be cost over the month. So we're going to see now what is happening here. So we're going to start with the first one. So we can see here one is, so I'm just going to start with 1 point here, Y over X. So we can see that my Y here is 15. So it's 15 over 1. The answer is 15. Then I'm going to try another one, which is 30. Again, Y over X, which is 30. The month is 2, which is my X. Remember, my month here is represented by X. So, which is same as, again, 15 over 1. And we look at the next one here, another Y over X. We have another point here, which is 3. So here, 3 is to 45. So we can say 45 divided by 3 will give us another 15 over 1. So there's something here that we're noticing here. I've got 15 here, and also I've got 15 here. So now I've done 1, 2, 3. The last point, let's see the last point. Another Y over X, this is the last point, guys, which is 4 is to 60. Okay, that one is bad. Let's try to get it properly. All right. So we have 60 divided by 4. And this gives us 15. How many fours in, in 6 there are 15. So how many fours in 4? It's 1. So we notice something here, that for all of this, I'm getting 15. So I can simply say that the constant of proportionality here is 15. All right. So the constant of proportionality here is 15. So this is my answer.